Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Casual Mode. I got the normal crew here today. Even though I am Brian Vitale and I normally host these things, I am not driving. Instead, we have James Galizio going to show us Shiren the Wanderer, the Tower of Fortune, and the Dice of Fate.
Hey folks, I actually don't know when this officially comes out. All I know is that the embargo date is the 30th, which is before when we're recording this, but after when we're recording this, but before when this will be posted. So, does anyone know when this actually comes out? I know it's December sometime.
We have Adam here with us, who normally carries us when we fall short on the information like this.
The wisdom.
1 second. I think it's December 3rd.
And then you heard George, the last one here.
Hello, everyone.
Okay,
So
it's coming out on December 2nd, 2020 as a digital title. It is getting a physical release from Limited Run Games, but those, kind of fall later, whenever, sometime.
So I do not know much about this game. It's got like Mystery Dungeon DNA. It's been out on Vita. It's coming out on Switch. Someone walk me through what this is.
So it's not that it has Mystery Dungeon DNA. Shiren the Wanderer is like the quintessential original Japanese Mystery Dungeon game. Well, not the original, but it's basically
Mystery Dungeon has an interesting history.
Wasn't it Torneko something? Like a Dragon Quest?
The first Mystery Dungeon game was like a spin-off of Dragon Quest IV featuring Torneko, and then Spike or Chunsoft basically made a Mystery Dungeon series starring Shiren the Wanderer. And this is actually the 5th entry in the series. It actually originally released on Nintendo, was it 3DS or DS?
This originally released on DS as Shiren the Wanderer 5. Then it got a re-release on Vita called Shiren the Wanderer 5 Plus. And I don't know what technically the moniker is for this in Japan, but it's so the jump from DS to Vita was a big jump. This one is basically just the Vita version with 1 or 2 extra challenge dungeon things, which isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, so basically this is a second re-release of Shiren the Wanderer 5. By the way, it's also coming out to PC as well. We've mentioned the Switch version, but it's also coming out on PC on the same time on the same date. James has played this game. I've played this game on Vita when it released a few years ago, localized by Axis Games. It's a really great title, roguelike Mystery Dungeon. So have you played the Switch version at all yet?
I've played a little bit, though apparently the game hasn't downloaded my save data, but that's not a big deal because I basically just did one run through and we were going to want to start a new save anyways. So let's get started then, shall we? And at start, it lets you choose what language. Makes sense that Chinese would be available because actually, when we first found out this was getting not a Switch port but a PC port, was because this was going to be one of the headlining games for Steam China, I think. So
that's what I remember.
So I guess it makes sense.
I think that might have briefly came up on one of our podcasts where maybe it was a podcast, maybe we were just chatting where we saw the PC port and we're like, I wonder if that's gonna come over.
Yep. Well, obviously it is now, and let's get started. So this is the standard menu that folks that played the Vita version are familiar with for sure. So just gonna go with the standard.
So you said that this is the 5th game. Are all the other games available in English, or have they only recently been localized, or what's this?
No.
Only the 3rd one on Nintendo Wii.
No, technically there's 3 of the 5 that are available in English. There's a remake of the first game that was on the DS, I think Atlas published, that was available in English. Then there was the Wii game, which was the 3rd entry in the series, and then there's obviously this one, which is the 5th.
All right.
Story isn't really a big deal with this one, so I'm just kind of not gonna skip through it. I'm not gonna bother to read too long, just long enough so people that do care can read it.
I just saw the storytelling ferret. I want to see what this is.
So, Shiren or Shiren, I'm not exactly sure for the pronunciation here, is a wanderer, and he's accompanied by a talking ferret named Kappa.
I feel like the dynamic between Shiren and Kappa is kind of similar to the dynamic between like Adol and Dogi and East.
Yeah, because Shiren doesn't talk. Kappa talks for him. Yes, the weasel talks.
Wait, yeah, the ferret talks?
Yes.
That's Jack and Daxter.
So basically,
the second game, Jack was talking.
One is that there's this girl, OU, that has a terminal illness, and her boyfriend really can't deal with that, and it's like, screw the fate. I'm gonna go to the Tower of Fortune and try and roll the dice to save OU's life.
The dice of fate.
Yep.
This subtitle checks out.
I remember not with here like RPG site, but when I reviewed this for another outlet, I remember the reviews that are there really wanted me to shorten the title for the review just because of how long the title was.
It makes it stick in your brain though. Like, oh yeah, it's Shiren the Wanderer, the Tower of Fortune, and the Dice of Fate. That's what it is.
Duh.
You'll never confuse it with another game.
Maybe this is just like me already saying this because I know that it influences the Mystery Dungeon series, like in terms of Pokemon, but it does already kind of remind me of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're telling me that Mystery Dungeon series isn't a Pokemon spin-off?
Yeah, that literally my only experience with the Mystery Dungeon series is the Pokemon ones, and I actually didn't know about Shiren the Wanderer until James eventually said it when we were talking about it once, so this is all new information to me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there another series that has, maybe there's multiple, that have Mystery Dungeon spin-offs or collabs or whatever you want to call it?
Odyssey has one. Like, Etrian Mystery Dungeon came out on 3DS over here, and then it got a sequel that never came over it. Though I hear it's good. One of these days I'm going to import it just because last I checked, it actually didn't sell too hot, so copies are cheap. But yeah.
There's also a couple of Chocobo Square Enix Final Fantasy Mystery Dungeon games.
Yeah.
Didn't one of those come out earlier this year?
Last year.
Oh, last year.
Earlier this year, there's the Pokemon one for Switch. The Rescue Team remake.
Even the portraits kind of... Wait, was that was this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in March. It was like...
This year's been a long year.
It was like it was a week before Neo 2, which was a week before Animal Crossing.
I reviewed the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Why don't I remember that?
Doom released on the same day as Animal Crossing as well.
Yep.
But yeah, the game has a really nice sprite style. Obviously, it was a DS game first, but you know, I like sprites. Sprites are cool. More games should use them.
This guy's telling me to go to a training house, and I'm going to say no, since I've already played this game. But it's going to force me to do some training first, anyways. Pick up items.
Is there like an autoplay option as well in this?
No, not really, and you probably shouldn't. You wouldn't want to anyways.
Yeah, I won't keep bringing up Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but it kind of takes the fun out of it if you can just press a button and it automatically gives you everything you need and does the combat for you.
Well, heck, you being able to tie parallels to that sub-series is more than what I can do. I have not played Chocobo Dungeon, the Pokemon Dungeon, the Etrian Dungeon. Is this one of them their roguelikes?
Yeah, actually, this is a roguelike. Well, kinda. I guess
we were due for one.
Like than a roguelite. If you die, you lose almost everything. But if you have stuff like, you can leave weapons behind in like a halfway point. So if you like get back to it, you can just like take those and use them, which I guess is something.
I probably mentioned this when we were doing our weird marathon of roguelike casual modes in the summer, but the only one I've ever played is the add-on to Final Fantasy X-2. What's it called? Last Mission, which is oddly a roguelike. I played that, so that's the only analog that I have.
But yeah, if you're not familiar with mystery dungeon games, basically the general structure is you're placed into a dungeon, which is a randomly generated layout of basically rooms connected by hallways, and you can see
And there's
his
a mystery in
mini
it.
map. Yeah, you can see his mini map in the upper left there. And you're basically trying to find the entrance to the next floor, which is from the stairs there. And then there's enemies that you come across, and you basically move on a grid, turn by turn sort of deal. And obviously, enemies are trying to attack you. Every move or action you make is a turn. And then it can get pretty crazy in terms of what items you can pick up, what sort of skills you can do.
One of the things that
Different
this
traps.
is there's these like mixing like pots that you can put different items into, and they'll pop out items with different attributes that then have a chance to spawn in the world, which is neat.
There's also, I remember there's a lot of like goofy things you can do. Like there's these certain enemies that you run into later where you can literally throw your weapon at them and they'll eat it, and then they like polish it and spit it back out at you. You can get like a stronger weapon.
So like Breath of the Wild, like that, the Octoroks.
Yeah,
I guess it's like that.
I think that those enemies in here, it actually powers them up, so it's like a risk reward.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the actual main hub. It's a very, very colorful town with a bunch of, I guess some of these are technically yokai.
This looks nice. Like,
yeah, so there's like point shop. That's something you deal with later. Like there's these like little buttons out in the dungeon where if you have a point card and you step over them, you get points, which you can spend for like items here. Like later on, you're going to be spending a lot of time in here because it's probably the easiest way to get stuff that like revival grass and stuff like that.
It really looks like like GBA, Super Nintendo, 16-bit.
And there's also like different houses for different, because every now and then you'll find these people out in the dungeons that will actually give you, will become like partners and whatnot. So here's the hotel, which is kind of like the main, not necessarily shop, but yep, there's the Tanuki, a bunch of Tanuki. Like over here is if you head out for rescues. So kind of like in the, well, as you're familiar with the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, you can actually, if you need help, you can send out a rescue request. Probably easier nowadays than on the DS, since we have things like Twitter where somebody can just say, hey, can someone save me? Here's my rescue code. But I'm going to go down here, and there's a little funny skit, but this is nice because it also unlocks the password feature where you can just give these little passwords to one of the guys up top, and he'll give you a piece of equipment. And all the passwords from the Vita version are the same, so yeah, you can just look at the lists on like GameFAQs or something and just enter all of them if you want to.
this is a very rude ferret.
To be fair, the Tanuki was trying to really screw us.
Oh.
This might be a little bit in the weeds, but do we know who does like the character art for this game?
I have no idea.
Because it's very nice. It's like very like Saturday morning cartoon, early 90s anime maybe, I don't know.
According to Wikipedia, it's Kaoru Hatagawa. Let me look this up.
I really like it. It's stunningly similar to Pokemon. Like to a degree of like, is Pokemon allowed to take so much inspiration? They don't own the genre or anything, but no.
Now, it doesn't actually matter which one you pick, so I'm just going to go for the gold one.
Sounds like a Street Fighter reference.
It is.
Oh, nice.
I'm not sure who exactly did the localization at Access, because this is very clearly the same translation. But I do know that the like head honcho over at Access is a certified Shiren the Wanderer fanboy. So I wouldn't be shocked if he had a hand in some of the translation here himself, or at least the editing.
Who's publishing this version?
Spike chunks off themselves. So the secret pots where I was talking about, you just throw things in, and it's like, okay, now there's a bunch. Well, not really randomized, but it gives you a chance to spawn a bunch of different types of items in the field.
This game basically has a lot of different, like, alternative mechanics and things and systems in place that allow you to get new items or power up items and whatnot.
I'll be honest, when I did my playthrough of the Vita version, right before this got announced earlier this year, I didn't even bother with the pots. It's like not really something you need to do unless you're going for the challenge stuff after you beat the game. So it's neat to have, but yeah.
I was asking, did you even have to come down here? Because it seems like that was a lot of information to take in, but...
I didn't have to come down here, but I wanted to give this guy a password. I'm gonna go with a fun one. I think this is right. I might be an exclamation point. Nope, this is right.
Are you cheating?
Now this is just, it's going to make it more entertaining because this only does either critical hits or it just misses entirely. It's 50-50.
It's very extreme.
Yep.
This seems pay to win.
You don't have that much money.
Well, yeah, I just started. I don't anticipate I'm going to even make it through the first tower, so, well, here we go.
So there's multiple different dungeons, or is it one tower you work your way up?
It's, okay, so basically the way the main game works is that it's one path with multiple branches. A good example would be like, oh, I need more strength. Wait. Aha! God damn it.
Extreme.
You can't hit him now.
Are you sure it's 50%?
Yes, it is.
Well,
RNG supply.
There you go. One shot.
I told you it would make it more interesting.
Now your FG at the top is basically like your energy.
Fullness gauge. So basically,
Yeah.
you know how you have to like eat apples to prevent yourself from fainting, and basically a similar deal here. Oh, actually, no, screw this. I'm going to use that. Won't miss.
So whenever you move a square, the enemies move a square. Is that how it works? We saw that in Void Terrarium.
Basically a mystery dungeon dodge game. And James mentioned this briefly, but there are various ways you can get like an ally to help you out. As you explore, there's a couple of different ones. There's like a panda girl, there's a rich samurai guy who throws money at enemies literally, and he always runs headlong into his death. No. Basically, yeah. But yeah, there's various allies you can get. You can run into people in the dungeon kind of randomly. Basically, everything in this game is random in a sense, in terms of what type of floor layout you run into, who you run into the dungeon, whether you run into traps, what items you pick up. And there's also a big component of Shiren can't hold a whole lot of items. Like, you have to sort of eventually pick and choose what you carry on you.
Yeah, that's why it's very helpful when you find pots that let you put items in and take them out at your leisure. This Crescent Katana is putting in a ton of work.
Are there different weapon types?
Yes, and actually, there's like combos of swords and shields that if you have both of them from the same set, you'll get some additional kind of abilities or strength from equipping them.
There's also one of the allies you can get is a fox, and they can actually like turn into your sword and your shield. There's some interesting things you can do with that.
Yeah, there's
a lot of weird things you can do.
Whenever you go into your menu and I see like all your items, like how do I say this? Games that have like a heavy dependence on itemization, which to me the game that first comes to mind is Dark Cloud, because there's like items there for like all the different jewels and all the different like that game has a hunger and thirst system. It seems so imposing at first, but it feels really nice. Sorry, I was going to say it feels really nice once you start learning exactly like what needs to be on hand.
Okay.
There it is again.
You know what? I'm just gonna eat this.
A level up's permanent.
Nope. You start at level 1 every time you start a dungeon.
So it's actually kind of important that you keep food in preservation pots, because there are things that can spoil them, and that's not fun. Actually, I can serve a peach.
This is incredibly different to how I've approached mystery dungeons. Like, you clearly know what you're doing, so just kind of run ahead and if people die, they die.
Again on Vita earlier this year, which, yeah.
Why are you throwing rocks at them? Is that?
So you can do damage without them attacking you.
No, well, yeah, I know, like as a projectile thing, but they don't seem to do much damage compared to your cheap
It's
swords.
useful for those. So that kind of like bamboo shoot looking at me that I was throwing rocks at earlier. It basically, if you feed it, it has a chance of blowing up. But if it doesn't, you'll get extra XP from killing it. So
I did see the like.
Then what you can do is you can just, if it's coming towards you, you can throw a few times, and if you're lucky, and you get like a 4 times or something. I think this guy can identify. I don't think he should be able to identify it. Let's see. I don't think there's anything unique. Yep, no. Oh, it was +2, which is nice.
You have a couple different shields. Which one's the best one? What does the little gauge on the weapons and shields mean again?
Basically, the more you use them, they eventually evolve into a stronger version of that weapon, which is different
that sounds right.
from the +3 modifier or whatnot that you see after them. Basically, the more you use them, they actually can change appearance. They get upgraded abilities if they have like special attributes and stuff like that. Not touching that. Ooh.
You already have a full inventory.
Was the map layout revealed at the start, or did you pick up something that revealed it?
Ooh. Lover of scrolls.
Must have revealed it.
That's a cool level up thing.
So here we are at the first kind of branching path. So before you can move forward onto the second half of a run, you have to go through, well, first off, you have to have been through each of the main towers. So the tower of the past, the present, and the future. And you need to get a dice from the top of each of them. And then once you do, you can proceed on to the actual like Tower of Fortune. And then there's like a bit beyond that, but yeah. This is basically until you get each of these towers done, it's just an extended tutorial, because there's another like feature that we're probably not going to be able to show, where there's a day and night cycle in the dungeon, and when it turns to night, you have to be careful because the monsters are all incredibly powerful, and one of the the most terrifying things in like Mystery Dungeon games is hearing monsters fighting each other, killing each other, and becoming stronger while you can't see them, and just thinking, "Oh no! If they so much as look at me, I am dead."
And also at night in this game, Shiren actually gains like new abilities at night. He gets like
Magic
it's like
attacks.
5 to 10 different magic attacks with different types of attack areas and effects and things like that. But you can only use them once. Here's the panda girl.
Yeah.
She can join you.
Then there's also like torches, because at night you can't see anything besides what's right next to you unless you use a torch. It's very stressful, but also very nice.
I like how Kappa asks, "What are you?"
Kind of like the tutorial party member.
I didn't expect it to be so cutesy. Like, it's a good thing that it's quite charming. And like when we talked about it before, I kind of imagined it being a bit more grizzled. Like the name The Wanderer to me, like maybe it's just because I'm really boring, but I think of like a gunslinger.
Yeah, sure, why not? Which one should I start with? Normally I just start with the past, but well, I could probably do like the present or the future.
Future.
What do the rest of you say?
Let's do
Does it
future.
matter? You have to do them all anyway.
Look at this buzzkill.
This is going to, you know what? I'm just gonna do the present.
Do they get more difficult?
Yes.
Okay.
The game doesn't stop you from starting with a different one now, so.
Oh, this is like rescuing a person. You just revived him from death.
Now, would you meet this guy in any tower, or is he only in this one?
Basically, whichever tower you choose first, he'll be there, because I actually tried the future tower on my Switch Lite, and he was in there, so. I love how you can see in the sprite the cop is literally just crossing his arms.
I forgot that Jirokichi joined you too.
Ooh, that's gonna level me up quickly.
So you don't control them at all. They just kind of swing on their own turns or whatever.
Yeah, they kind of just do their own thing.
And different characters have different like behaviors. I think Tao sticks close to you, but I forget his name, but the rich samurai guy will just kind of run on and fight any enemy he sees.
That's cool.
Wait, no thanks.
A rabbit with a top hat.
This is going a little bit better than I was expecting.
And I know your ally friend they gain level ups too, and they can like die, but I don't think you can see their health or EXP or anything like that, so it's just sort of like invisible to you, but they can. They kind of work similarly in terms of that mechanic.
Since I'm not really worried about timing here, I'm going to just kill all the enemies I can. Because I have Tinker status, which is really nice because it believe it actually increases the rate in which I level up the weapon. Oh. Yep. All right.
Now you have a curved katana. Also, I think some of your allies leveled up too. So I believe if you stick to just the main storyline in this game, it's not too long. It's like 20 to 30 hours roughly, somewhere
It
in
really
that range.
depends on how good you are and how lucky you are.
Yeah, but it's not a terribly long game. But this game, especially the Switch version, even adding a few more, has a ton of like challenge dungeons that you can do aside from the main dungeon, which are just gameplay arenas basically. And some of those are like insane restrictions and limitations in terms of like what type of equipment you can bring in, or some sort of gimmick in the dungeon in terms of what types of enemies you find and whatnot. So for people who get really into these sorts of mechanics in the mystery dungeon games, there's a lot there if you want to look for it. But if you want to stick to the main story, it's pretty manageable.
Like when any game allows you to just like make the most out of the content if you really specifically enjoy it. Like for example, like oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing it again, but with Remind's secret bosses and Yuzora, like that's like the first thing that comes to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Already picked it up.
Is Jirokichi just like punching people? Is that what he does?
Something like that. So this is going better than I expected. Oh no.
Famous last words.
What does that mean?
I just know there's a big bug thing that's glowing or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Oof.
Yeah, he did it.
We were wrong.
Help out.
He was glowing because he was like one whole weak point.
Oh no. Whew. Let's see.
Does this game have any sort of like tooltip in terms of telling you like what each item does?
Yes. That was
You did it.
way too close.
Do you have? I know you can get like a warp item that just warps you out of the dungeon.
Yeah.
So you would reset your level, but you'd keep any stuff you picked up. Some levels there.
Stood still for a second. Hilarious pot.
How maybe it's a bad omen that I'm asking this, but how big of a setback would it be if you die? Because for some roguelike structured games, it's totally, absolutely like not even penalizing.
At this point, I would lose literally everything.
Oh, so it is penalizing.
Yeah.
You need like a halfway point, don't you?
Yeah.
So in town, if I remember correctly, you can store some money in like a bank, so you can keep some of your money that way that you've accumulated, and then you can eventually there's a system in place where you can place like tags on your items, and what happens there is if you lose them, they can like show up in a lost and found. So you can pick them up later.
You just have to pay for them now.
That's right. It's been a while since I played it, so I don't quite remember all the specifics. One more hit and you're dead. You're lucky that you did not miss, or else you would have died.
Oh, that's clever. That's just what you did. I was literally just gonna say.
Tao is dying.
Yeah,
Tao
she
just took on
can
something.
kill
She's fine.
I was literally just about to say that I like it that you gain health back each step you walk, and then I saw that you were purposely
You
walking
just
towards
waste
stairs.
time. Mhm.
Clever.
I'm not the best at mystery dungeon games, but I feel like I'm at least somewhat competent.
See, it's stuff like that that makes me go like, am I just not thinking right? Like, because that seems pretty obvious
crap,
to me.
Oh crap! Oh crap!
Oh, did you jump and did you fall into a monster pit or something?
There's a lot of monsters, and it looks like you're gonna fit. Oh Jesus! More escape.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Thank God! Oh, thank God!
Wait, what?
I don't know what's happening.
It's gonna immobilize one character or one enemy, but only one. Oh wait, how does it spread? Oh, it's
contagious.
That's right.
I just see all these smiley faces appear. This is a
I like how
200
I
IQ
like-
strats.
I like how your little like menu there is just like everyone's laughing.
Wait, but what is Shiren? Oh, there he is.
There's just so many people get turns that. Hey, Tao's taking out some of them. Good job, Tao. Jiro keeps helping.
You got a couple of those beetle things not laughing.
They don't find it funny.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't you have an herb? I don't know if that'd be worth it. Oh yeah, Tao. No,
Oh, no.
I died.
Oh
Is
no!
it like-
Guy-
Is it like
I
other
don't-
games where if the main party member dies and that's it, or is it like if Shiren collapses but someone else is alive, you can carry
I
on?
believe if you leave the tower and come back, you can get Tao back, but she's now no longer in this run.
Oh no! I can't just take that. Oh! Be gone. Oh no!
It didn't work.
Jirokichi just took a bunch of damage. Is that blue beetle like a stronger version?
Yeah.
The blue beetle is the one that killed Tao and somehow leveled up.
Oh, well.
You gave
If
it
it
a
wasn't
good
for that, nah, I'm not gonna ask for assistance. But hey,
That's how
at least
mystery
that
dungeons
was,
work.
yeah, at least that was an entertaining failure.
You almost pulled it out.
And now you can see how this works exactly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a roguelike if you didn't show off. how
I mean,
it worked.
that was basically the quintessential like mystery dungeon experience right there.
I like these little
I want one.
wobbles. What do you call them?
So yeah, you faint in the dungeon, you lose literally everything, except the skin off your back, and start all over again.
You lose all our items and all our money. But we're bad
I
at
feel bad.
monsters.
I feel bad because I would have won if it wasn't for that monster house.
Yeah, monster houses are the worst. They can show up anytime.
It was so close. Like I almost pulled it off.
So if you'd gone for like the past run, do you think you could have pulled that off?
Yeah, I definitely would have.
You don't even have a katana.
Just punching people, or well, monsters, I should say.
So, if I'm someone and I go like, I can't believe you just wasted the last 20 minutes. Like, what can you do to make it so that it's not as punishing? Is it just that tagging system, or?
Tagging system, and also like again, the further you get, the more opportunities you have to kind of like give you some like cushion for later runs.
So there's just kind of like an initial hurdle you got to get over.
Yeah, it was really not smart for me to go for like a tower that wasn't the pass, because obviously if you do clear a run or clear a tower, start over from the beginning. Yeah, your level resets, but your equipment is still upgraded, which makes it easier the next time you go through.
Thanks, young man. Deep.
Killing all these monsters, even though you just said, I don't do anything on Kufa, kill monsters. Yeah, buddy, well, I'm not you.
You're just punching these rolling sheep.
Just giving them a helping hand. They want to get nowhere fast.
So is this Destiny trail kind of like a... How do I word this? So you're starting a new run. You might need some easy stuff to get started. So here you go.
Yeah.
Here's some.
It's
herbs, some
basically
weapons.
a nice little, I guess, break isn't the right word, but
It's a warm-up zone.
A ramp.
and if I don't get a weapon, I am going to be really pissed.
You've got a weapon. You've got two of them, left and right.
I don't have a weapon.
Please tell me there's a sword somewhere on this level. Nope. God damn it. That would have been really nice if there was, so I could have upgraded immediately.
That's RNG for you.
Yep.
What are these staff items that I see?
So the mage staff,
Oh.
basically that sort of stuff.
It's just like for debuffs.
I actually really did enjoy the recent remake of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it's not as good as, say, like, Explorers games, but... Gee, thanks. Funny, because I actually did my replay of this on Vita kind of in prep for the Mystery Dungeon remake.
Ah.
At least the shield is good. Might take me forever to kill these monsters, but
Could you have picked up a weapon in town?
I didn't have any money.
Yeah, that's the thing. You had no money, so.
Is there any way he could leave right now? And like, okay, now I've got some money. Let me go get some weapons.
No, you can just spend. Because what's the danger in a shitty situation if you can just say, okay, I am going to dip right now?
There.
Am I
These
really
guys-
not going to get...
Weren't these guys just helping you? They brought you back.
More like kicking him out.
Oh, there you go.
And pay out. What's this? I am just not going to have a weapon when I go into a tower. Fun.
I wasn't. So I wasn't paying as much attention as I could have been. Is that dragon thing on your left hand a shield?
Yes.
Okay, I'm like, why do you have a dragon arm?
I was gonna ask.
You can
this
recruit
Oh,
power.
no.
don't you?
Oh no, he's in
Wait.
this. He's in this tower.
Oh,
yeah,
so you locked
yeah.
yourself to it?
Didn't you die? I like how she says, "Don't go dying on me." And like, wait a minute.
This is gonna suck. Oh no.
James playing this, such a 2020 vibe.
Oh,
Apparently, it went back on you.
yeah, that was not my brightest moment.
You can escape this room probably if you just diagonal down there.
Oh
I don't know
no.
if the guy will chase you. Oh, Tao! Hey, Tao is fighting. Yeah, she did it.
You saved your ass.
I actually saw the sword on her head, thinking it was a weapon. Like, no, that's just the status.
Alright, let's see. Can I get a weapon? Please, give me a weapon. Anything. I love how it's this guy I run into, which would be nice if I had a weapon to upgrade.
Yeah, that's the guy you can throw a weapon into and he'll eat it and spit it out. Are you using Tao as a human shield? A panda shield?
Yes.
I mean, you.
I paid her so oh, I have revival grass. I paid her so she's doing her job, okay?
That's true.
Jesus.
I mean, what choice does he have? He doesn't have a weapon.
I mean, she already proved that
Oh shit.
I don't think you're gonna get out of this one. Oh, yeah,
have
the
fun now.
I just assumed she should come with you. Oh, guys, I leveled up. Remember,
I think you got booted.
remember
I
like
feel
20
bad.
minutes ago when you said that this was going well?
Silent
nothing
speaks
else.
volumes.
Yeah, memorable casual mode.
I still
That's-
love the Neo 2 one where Brian just missed like all of his shots. That was great.
Yes. I don't think you're gonna beat that guy. He's out for revenge.
Oh,
Whoops.
transient stuff.
What does transient staff do?
Oh,
Does it do damage too, or is it just debuff?
just debuff, but rest of what? You know what? Sure. Let's have some fun with this.
Now don't you throw it? Oh no,
Yeah.
it upgraded. Okay. Murky rocks? Are they stronger than regular rocks?
I have no idea. Oh, hello.
Hey, he has a weapon. Do you have enough money? No, you don't have enough
You
money.
can't afford it.
Can you sell stuff?
I think I can sell.
If you sell like absolutely everything you own, you might get enough to buy the weapon.
So how much of a disadvantage are you at without a weapon?
A
Very.
lot.
Like, are a ton of your stats or whatever like on your weapon and not on your character?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I do like it because like Brian and I have no idea what James is really getting annoyed at. Adam probably has like an inkling. He's like, oh yeah, that's annoying.
Oh,
But
he put
Brian,
down. I think I can glean it. He put down 3 items that he wanted to sell, and the shopkeeper said, "I'll give you 700 gold for it," which is not nearly enough.
okay, maybe I'm just dumb.
I'm gonna see if I can find some money elsewhere on the floor. Maybe a weapon, so I don't have to give that shopkeeper money.
You're gonna die to this onion.
This moot icon.
Onion.
Nah, you win.
Are you kidding? Are you
You're not. You're not allowed here.
The shopkeeper is just like unfazed. Like, oh yeah, there's now a scorpion thing in my shop. Why do I have a shop in the middle of this tower full of monsters?
Don't ask questions.
GG. Come again.
Just keep walking. You can make it.
Oh no!
Not sure there's anything you can do here.
Oh, I have a rival seat. Ooh, I know.
There you go.
Now I can keep running.
Just go up the stairs. Even though the enemies are stronger here.
Hell.
Nervous for you then.
It's a fox. Oh, is it the fox girl?
One of them.
Yeah, there's twins, right?
Yeah, one can transform into enemies, and then one can be like your sword or shield.
Is that Pokemon Sword and Shield?
No.
Hey.
Oh, I guess she doesn't join quite yet.
I think after this run, they'll show up in the town.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's Jirokichi. Hey, there's a weapon.
Wait.
Hey, this is where you died. You picked up your stuff.
Oh, so I didn't even realize it worked like that. That you could go back
It
and find
usually
yours.
doesn't.
So did Tao die when you walked away from her?
Yes.
Okay.
There's another weapon on the floor there.
Ooh, Earth Scroll. I'm gonna kill these guys.
They're just sleeping. Oh no, not you're sleeping.
I should
You're
have.
You gotta revive grass.
That was close.
Jesus,
Get out of there.
He'll come with me. Somehow. I should have left the sleeping enemy
Sleeping.
alone.
Yeah. Oh, I remember those puppets. Attack it.
No. No, no. No, no, no. Learned my lesson already, that's for damn sure.
Hmm.
I don't think I'm necessarily gonna make it, but hey, I'll try.
So essentially the loop is to try and get as far as possible, and then if you die, try and get back to where you were to keep going. And hope that the RNG gods are on your side.
You get a weapon more than halfway through.
want to say there's. Oh,
You can't throw far. Your shield upgraded. Does a faction shield make your hunger go down slower?
yeah.
Oh wow, he did 40 damage in one hit.
Yep. Oh well.
Ouch.
Well, I think this is as good a time as any to call it.
Yeah. That's how it works though.
Yep. So yeah, Shiren the Wanderer, if you're a fan of mystery dungeon type games and you want to try something different, check it out. It's going to be out, well, by the time you watch this, it's going to be out on Switch and Steam. It's already out on Vita. It's also very good on Vita. I don't think you're really missing much if you decide to get it there, though obviously more people are going to have a PC that can run this or a Switch and a Vita, so. But yeah, Shiren the Wanderer.
I don't think this is a game I would play, but it was really fun to watch. Well, maybe I could see myself, like, if I got it on Switch, like, playing it before bed or something like that in little bite-sized chunks.
Yeah.
But cool. No, thanks for taking the time to show it to us. It's not a game I would typically look into, so it's cool to kind of get exposed to it that way.
Yep. So yeah, see you guys next time. No idea what we're going to cover next time, but yeah.
We'll come up with
Later.
something.